So good morning, everyone. Hi. I'm coming in with a lot of energy because I know it's really early. Oh my gosh. No, don't worry. So I'm coming in with a lot of energy because I try to be a morning person, but it's hard, especially this early and when we're getting a lot of information starting. But I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Diana. We're all Silver Knights. We're going to explain a little bit about that later, but we're going to introduce ourselves really quick. So like you can see, my name is Diana Hughes. I was the 2024 Silver Knight winner for speech this year, and for my two projects, the Coup de Care Pantry and the School Pantry Coalition.
Okay, so hi, my name is Camila Jordi. I am a 2024 Silver Knight for drama. My project was successful. It was a website.
Hi, my name is Kajal Kalichan. I'm the General Scholarship winner, and my project was American Cancer Society on campus Miami.
Hi, my name is Joshua Thompson. I was the 2024 Miami-Dade Monroe County Mathematics winner, and my project was the Peace Protection Project.
So yeah, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna walk you guys kind of like what through the presentation is gonna be like, so you guys kind of know where we're at, and so you guys kind of have an idea of what we're gonna go through today. So this is our little table of contents. We're gonna talk about what the Silver Knight Award is. We're gonna talk about what we want you guys to take away from the presentation, and then each of us are gonna have a little section talking about our projects, our journeys, what incentivizes us, our challenges, our solutions, all of it. And then we're gonna have a little question section where you guys can ask us literally anything. You can ask us where our shoes are from. You can ask us where we're from. Like, it doesn't matter. If you guys wanna know anything about us, you're more than welcome to. And then at the end of this, we're gonna have a contact page where you guys can scan the QR codes of all of our information if you ever wanna reach out. And if not, I think almost all of us have business cards on us. So if you ever wanna take something away, you are more than welcome to. So we're gonna go next. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about what the Miami Herald Silver Knight is. So it's a very prestigious award that's sponsored by the Miami Herald, where exemplary students in academics, athletics, and community service are awarded every year. And so there's 15 categories, and the thing that all of us have in common is that we all had to do a service project, right? So all of our service projects had something that impacted South Florida to create a difference. So we had to go against like a couple thousand kids, and then we were one of the 15 that made the cut. So here are some of our objectives. This is kind of what we want you to take away from the presentation. We want to inspire you guys to, like, even if you guys have want nothing to do with community service or philanthropy or anything that we talk about, we want to let you know that this is possible for you guys. We're all probably really, really close in age. We're all like 17, 18, 19. We're super, super close to you guys' age, and we kind of beat the odds a little bit, and we wanted to kind of just inspire you guys to do anything that you want in life or achieve any goal that you might want to achieve, even if it has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Secondly, we're going to contextualize. So if you guys don't know what that means, it's basically taking things into perspective. We're going to tell you guys everything that we did in our journeys and kind of like give you guys the nitty gritty of the details on how we did it, because I feel like a lot of times presentations are just like, follow your dreams, work hard. And we're like, no, we're going to give you all the details that we did to kind of make sure that you guys walk away with that experience. And even if you don't, it's kind of giving you the little building steps to grow from where you start. So lastly, we're going to guide you guys at the end in the little question section. We're going to also we're going to give you guys some support. We're going to let you guys ask questions. We're going to let you guys talk amongst yourselves. It's going to be a really, really awesome presentation. So yeah, I'm going to actually formally introduce myself. This is my little section. So my name is Diana Hughes. Like I said, I was the speech winner for this year for Silver Knight. I'm 17 years old. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm turning 18 tomorrow. So I graduated from Coral Reef Senior High School. I'm adopted, which is something cool. People look at adopted kids like they're like the next Bigfoot. It's crazy. Like I tell people I'm adopted, and they're just like, it's crazy. I'm an ambivert, so I don't know if you guys know what that means. Do you guys know what that means? Okay, so you guys know like an introvert and an extrovert? I'm like right in the middle. So I like to be around people, but I really need my alone time because it's like I get really irritated with people. I hate it. But it's just like a fun fact about me. I'm an animal lover. I have a ferret and a bearded dragon at home. Love them to death. I'm a violinist. You can see me right there. I played since I was 4 years old. I love to travel, even though I haven't traveled outside of the country since I was probably 1 year old, but I really want to travel to Bali, my favorite dream trip ever. I'm terrified of haunted houses. Never take me to one. Don't let me walk, like, I can't do it. It's like my biggest thing. These are my projects. So this is the Coup de Care Pantry. This is a picture of the Coup de Care Pantry when I did it at Coral Reef Senior High School. So the Coup de Care Pantry is an essential items pantry that I started at my school. The mascot of my school is the Barracuda, so that's why Cudas, around the reef, all the puns. So basically we made sure that students at the school had essential items like school supplies, uniforms, toiletries. We had snacks as well at the school for completely free. I kind of did this, I'll explain why I did it later. And the School Pantry Coalition was something that I did, which created a network of schools that took the exact same model that the Coup de Care Pantry started with and expanded it to over 9 schools in Miami-Dade County. So let's go over. So this is a little insider analysis, which is kind of like my thought process behind it. This is like the nitty gritty that I was talking about. So my inspiration behind it, like I said, I was a former foster child. It was really, really close to my heart. I used to be part of the PTSA at my school before I graduated. And there were a lot of foster kids that would come up to the PTSA office with like in total desperation. It was either their guardian, their foster parent, or them coming up to the window, like having no idea where they were gonna get school supplies. And it was really horrible to see, especially knowing that I was lucky and I left. And I kind of just like got tired of like watching these problems not get solved. Because you know how like people always say like, oh, someone will do it, it's okay. And then people kind of like put that behind them. I was tired of it. I couldn't do it anymore. And so I created and I wanted to create a community because also like I started school in COVID, like probably most of you did. And I felt like super like on the outside. It sucked. And I couldn't imagine like me being lucky and having a supportive family and then having kids that don't even have a support system dealing with like anything remotely close to that. So it was like heartbreaking for me. So how I did it, I asked my principal for a space. I wanted something small just so kids could come up. I wanted to create some sort of space where kids can come up and feel safe and supported in their academic experience. I started with like 4 to 5 bins of supplies in my house because we had like office supplies, like just extra school supplies from years before. And I started with that, and we started in the cubicle. I started like posting everywhere, flyers, everything. And people started coming, and it was kind of crazy. And it started and expanded. We got a ticket booth, which is where the pantry is now, and then we serve over 200 students a week. So some of my challenges is that it takes a lot of sacrifice. I don't think I realized how much sacrifice it took until I started doing it every day. I got up, I was in the pantry after school, I was in the pantry during class, I was working on things, I was talking to my team after school. It was a lot of commitment, it was. And something that kind of like helped with that is like I thought of the final result. I really thought of what I wanted and the problem that I wanted to fix. And I kind of saw how the final result was worth so much more than the work that I had to do to get there. And I kind of always kept that in mind, and the steps kind of created themselves. I kind of started walking up these steps, and even though like I had to push myself to go up, I still saw like a vision for me if you keep the final result in mind. So I also, one of my other challenges were leadership amongst peers. Like I said, I worked in my high school. We were all really close in age. I had to be like someone's boss when I'm their age. And kind of doing that, like I was really rough because sometimes like you don't want to take authority from someone that's like your age and like someone that's probably like one of your peers. And the way that I did that is that I made sure that everyone was equal. My opinion is never greater than you. I'm never your boss. I'm never your superior. I am your equal. I will talk about and I will treat you with kindness like you are my family, but we're here for a common goal, sort of thing. So also something else was consistency. You have to be really consistent. You have to show up every day, 9 to 5 or 24/7. Screw 9 to 5. It's 24/7 work all the time. But sorry, you got me. But it takes a lot of discipline. You got to really push yourself, and that's what I'm saying. Once you see this final goal and you're doing literally anything you can to get there, you'll push yourself up those stairs. So also branching out. I think I was really humble for a long time. Like I didn't think, I'm like, oh, it's a cute little pantry that I started at my school, and like that's all it'll ever be. And then I feel like I never branched out for a little bit. I kind of kept it really small. And so I thought that I was like, oh, it won't be like anything really big, right? So then I started thinking, I'm like, I want to shoot really high. Because I wanted to shoot kind of like for the moon and land amongst the stars sort of thing. Because I knew that if like let's say I shot for the moon, right? Or like, let's say I shot really low. And I had this goal that was super attainable. I wouldn't feel fulfilled if I did it. So I shot for the moon, and even if I missed the moon, I find all of these different opportunities that I never thought, like I never could have imagined, just because I shot really high. So that was something that I really struggled with. But yeah, so I like go big or go home. Anyway, got me.
Thank you so much. Okay, so hi again. My name is Camila Jordi, and some fun facts about me is that I was born in Caracas, Venezuela. I graduated from Ronald Reagan Senior High in the top of my class. I got to this country 4 years ago, and I didn't know any English, like anything. And I absolutely love baking desserts. It relaxes me. And my biggest dream is to become a wedding planner. Then my family is my biggest motivation. I have a pet square, which is weird, but she's free. She just hangs out in my balcony and we feed her. She's right there. Remember her, she's important. And then I love Broadway shows and acting. Okay, so my project. My project is called Successful. It's a website. It's like a word game between successful and SAT test. And it's basically a website that I designed to help students worldwide prepare for the SAT. So we study for this test, which is like really big for us, in the same way that people were studying centuries ago. I realized that, and I was like, this doesn't make sense because we are a different generation and we're constantly consuming technology. Our brain requires dopamine all the time. So the websites that we're using, the books that we're buying and never using, I saw my friends spend all the money in books and books and books and they never open them. And the tutors that we're paying are not helping because they're not giving us the dopamine that our brain requires. So the website does. The website is like incentive. It has a travel theme, which is like traveling around the world. So you start in a country and then you do 5 exercises a day only, and then you do 4 levels. And for the 4 levels, you get an imaginary piece of a plane ticket. When you get the 4 pieces of a plane ticket, you travel to the next country. And it works like that. It's very incentivizing to the generation of today. And the website also plans to collect a fund to give scholarships to the students that need them and the students that are most determined. So it not only helps the universities to get more reliable scores, but it also helps the students to fund their education in some way. And the logo is my square because she came every day while I was doing the website to stare at me. And I was like, she's my fan. So I made her the logo. Then my inspiration was my sister. She is the most smart person I know. And she graduated on her class, the top of her class. She was beautiful academically and in the world. And when she wanted to perform the SAT, she would get horrible scores, like really low scores. And I blamed it because we lived in Venezuela in the American math and English. When I got here, my other inspiration, my friends, showed me that it wasn't the American math and English. It was the way we were preparing for the test because my friends were smart, 4.0 GPA, they had A's in all their classes. It wasn't about how they perform academically. It was about how they were preparing for the test. Then my other inspiration was the mindset of a test defining you. I saw my friends going to a really low place because they were getting a bad score. And I wanted to change that. And I would tell them all the beautiful things in the world. No, a test doesn't define you, you're the best. But you don't listen. You want the score to get into the university of your dreams. So I was like, if I can't change that mindset, maybe I can prove them that they can get a good score, that everyone can get a good score, and the test doesn't define you. And my last inspiration, I'm sorry to Khan Academy creators, but Khan Academy. Khan Academy is a website that we use to study most students, and it's horrible. It's the worst website I have seen. It's a white page, and it's the least. It's like don't enter the website. It's like they don't want you to pass the test. It's a white page, and it doesn't. It's just an exercise there. That doesn't motivate you. That doesn't give you the things you need to prepare, to practice for the test. The execution, I analyzed what can keep the persistency of the students. I investigated colors that can help with concentration that actually help. So blue, green, soft colors. I also investigated concepts that can actually incentivize. So the generation loves traveling. Me too. I have never met a person that doesn't like traveling or knowing new countries. And you also study geography a little bit. And I coded the website, which was horrible. I hated coding. I didn't like it, but it was worth it at the end. And I sketched multiple logos ideas with my sister. Then the challenges. So my cousin taught me how to code a website. I have never liked computers, technology. I'm bad at it. I cannot. I'm like a grandma with an iPhone. And I asked my cousin how to code, but he lives in another country. So by the time I was ready to learn, he was going to sleep. And it worked like that all the time. So we had to organize a lot our time. And we would like schedule a week ahead how our week was going to go. And he taught me to code, and I coded, which was amazing. And then the lack of time. By the time I found out, I was going to do the website either way, but the Silver Knight nomination like speed up the process because we all had to turn in our application by a deadline. I had to have the website ready by a deadline. So that made me speed up the process, and we were all also applying to universities, going through tests. It was horrible, the time, but with time management, you can do it, 100%, anyone can do it. And then coding, I mentioned it multiple times, but I'm traumatized, I'm sorry. Coding is difficult, but I had to believe in myself. I know everyone tells you, believe in yourself, you can do it. No, but I'm actually serious. If you believe in yourself, you can do it, 100%, I promise you. And then opening my mind to new things. So knowing that I was struggling, knowing that I was going through this process, but being open to coding, you know? And then the lack of knowledge was also a big thing. The design was a big thing because my concept is for students to like the website. So I made a bunch of logos, but my advice for that is that the sky is the limit. Like, don't limit yourself. Don't cut out your creativity. And then promoting the website, a big thing. I'm an introverted, I cannot. I'm really anxious right now, but promoting the website is a big thing. Like, people are never going to enter the website if I didn't promote it. So I had to talk to people, network. Diana inspired me. She gave me a business start the first day I met her, and I was like, wow, she's the queen of networking. You need to talk to people, be with new people, be open to sharing your story, who are you, and that's how we achieve things. And that's it. Thank you, of course.
Hi everyone, my name is Kajal. So some fun facts about me. I was born in Miami to Trinidadian parents. I attended Terra Environmental. I will be attending next year, which is my dream school. So I'm super excited about that. I've been a volunteer at Baptist ICU for a little over a year now. I'm the author of a children's book, which was the fruit of all the labor that I did in my service project. I'm a 3-time state champion for archery, and I love reading and cooking. Okay, so my project was American Cancer Society on Campus Miami, or I know that's a lot, so I call it ACSOC. So basically our whole goal was to educate adolescents on the importance of decision-making and forming early lifestyle habits to prevent the development of cancer. Long story short. We worked in Broward and Miami-Dade and a little bit in the Keys. Okay, so my inspiration is 9 out of 11 of my father's aunts and uncles, including my grandfather, passed away from cancer. And so that absolutely terrified me. I never knew who was going to come to Sunday brunch. There was a point in time that there were only like 3 or 4 of them, and I didn't want to be one of those people that people were going to guess, oh, are you going to show up? Are you sick? Are you okay? I was not okay with that, so that absolutely terrified me and got me going. So that started me down the path of my capstone research, which was on adolescent awareness on cancer prevention methods. My findings were that 14% of adolescents are adequately aware of cancer prevention methods. Again, that is absolutely nowhere near enough. So I began working with the American Cancer Society in Relay for Life, and I became a team captain for their Relay for Life teams. I worked with them, I still work with them, and then I decided I wanted to do more, so I reached out to my ACS leadership and I began developing ACSOC. Some challenges were convincing adults to give me responsibility and allocate resources and give me their time and attention. It's hard. I was 14 or 15 at the time, and to get adults to take me seriously, it's rough. So I really had to show them and prove to them that, hey, I'm here, I'm serious about this, this is something I'm passionate about, I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to get this to work. I had to take a lot of initiatives, and I had to essentially mirror all the programs that ACS Miami had and take them and transform it to a level that adolescents and kids could understand what they were talking about. Because if you tell a kid, oh, hey, you need to wear sunblock, yeah, they might wear it, but they're not going to understand why, and most of the time they're not even going to want to wear it. So little things like that, I had to come up with techniques and tricks and little things to kind of convince them and teach them, oh, hey, this is important, this is going to help you. You should start implementing this into your life. And another really big challenge of mine was finding consistent volunteers. Normally, I've been very lucky. I have about 25 consistent volunteers that will show up every single week and work with me. We'll work, whether it's we're doing a toy drive or planning an event, they're consistently there and they're willing to work 24/7, like Diana says. There is no 9 to 5. Once you're passionate about something and you love it, you want to be involved in it all the time. You want to make a difference and you want to work. So that's really important. If you're finding something that you want to do, you really have to make sure you love it and that you're willing to put the work in. For execution, I had to garner support from my community and ACS leadership. I had to organize weekly student forums. We would discuss everything. We would discuss how we were gonna, like what our week's goals were, how we were gonna do it, what times we were gonna allot to doing different things. We did a lot of planning, and we were all very meticulous in writing down everything we did so that, one, we can share with each other what we were doing and keep track of everything. Keeping track of everything was vital to what I was doing because there were a lot of details in like, oh, I'm planning an event, but you need to know exactly what you're doing and you need to be able to share that with the people that you're working with. Communication was super, super important for us. I also had to work with my recruitment chair a lot to kind of keep student involvement up and consistent. And I had to learn how to use social media as a networking tool, which I'm a very quiet and shy person normally, so being up here is a little terrifying to me, but I had to learn how to push through that and be very outgoing and talking to people, and I'm the kind of person now that I will go up to anybody in a room and I will start a conversation because it's important that you develop skills like that. You need to be able to communicate with people. So my solutions were lots of communication. Organization, I had to keep very detailed records, and keeping records allows you to see what you've done and see where you can improve. And I was always looking for ways, oh, how can I make this better? How can I make this experience better for somebody? How can I make this easily accessible to somebody? Developing activities that were engaging was rough. I had a lot of trouble with that, so that took a lot of time and dedication and a lot of communication. And I had to be honest about what I really wanted to do with this, the direction I wanted to go, why I wanted to do this. And I had to make sure that I was really willing to put in the work because it's a lot, but it was completely worth it to me. I love working with the people that I see every day. I have met some very incredible people, and that's made a huge mark on who I am as a person. Thank you, guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua Thompson. I graduated from Dr. Michael M. Kropp Senior High in the top 5% of my class. Graduated from Miami-Dade North campus with my Associate of Arts degree in Chemical Engineering. 2023, I was named the campus's top grad. I am also a scholarship recipient of the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence Project, a Wilson Scholarship founded and sponsored by Frederica S. Wilson. My favorite color is purple, if you all couldn't see that already. I'm a former athlete and violinist. I also enjoy bowling, movies, escape rooms, and my parents are from the Bahamas, Jamaica, English, and my mother is part Native American. So my project was titled the Peace Protection Project. It's a federally recognized youth-led nonprofit serving marginalized communities, at-risk youth, and promoting environmental conservation. So a few of our events, you can see in the top right corner, I have a back-to-school project that I led at Miami-Dade North campus, where me and the student government team of Miami-Dade North partnered together. We gave away over 100 backpacks to low-income families in Opelika and Westview. In the bottom left, you see there is a family right there receiving backpacks. And in the bottom right, this is a park that I actually adopted, Arch Creek Nature Preserve, where we did environmental conservation and removed invasive species, and was practically just making the park look better, as well as promote the environmental health of that area. So when we get to the inspiration of my project. So my grandmother was a very big community servant. She would always give back to her community before her passing. She would always go out, give people food, give people money, give people clothes, before even feeding herself or people in her own house. She would always give back to her community. My father was the same way. My father is someone who would give you the shirt off his back. He would, venture out to help people. If you say you're on the side of the road and you need your tire changed, he'll go out there and help you, right? So I understood and I was motivated by them. Another thing was statistics about challenges affecting marginalized community. My least favorite class in high school was AP Capstone Seminar. I actually took that class my sophomore year. I did my project on the disproportionate amount of marginalized students in advanced academics and the factors that were impacting them. And the research showed that a lot of the factors that were impacting them were socioeconomic factors, such as like where they live, the amount of funding they have, lack of resources, things of that nature, right? Family income, not having the ability to purchase books, backpacks, tutors, things of that nature, food insecurity, things like that. So I thought, like, as somebody who's not facing these issues, but I'm in a marginalized community, I'm living in a unincorporated part of Miami-Dade, where there's not a lot of support coming in from the government. I was like, I could help out and I could better my community and people around us, right? So the lack of resources in my community myself was also something that motivated me. And then when we get to execution, I asked my parents, I'm like, hey, are you guys willing to support me in this effort? They said, of course. They're giving me the support. They're helping me, gather the steps, make the plans, file the paperwork. I created a like-minded board of peers that I went to school with who were similar, who like to do these type of community service events, who like to give back to their community. Finding donors, I found donors and organizations to help sponsor events. And we, partnered together. Like I partnered with Miami-Dade College, the 5,000 Role Models. I've partnered with the Aventura Library. I partnered with different organizations who were invested in also giving back to our communities. And then using social media to advertise events and to network and enlist in volunteers. I was someone who really wasn't big on social media until I was a nonprofit owner, where I had my friends go out and, I had my social media manager go advertise events, DM people, reach out, try to get volunteers for events, and it was pretty successful going that way. And then some of the challenges that I experienced, the lack of funds and the lack of support. There was a lot of people who, discouraged me in the fact that I was doing this type of work so young. They didn't believe that it would go far, or they thought that I wasn't skilled or capable, which, as you can all see, that wasn't the case, right? And then the lack of funds. It is extremely, expensive to try and do a lot of these projects by yourself without funding. So that was a big barrier that it took me to get past. And then there was a lengthy processing for paperwork. As someone to become 501c3 with the government, it took a decent amount of time, a lot of funds with that, as well as filing paperwork with the state. So that was also something else that was prohibiting me, and something that was made me apprehensive about pursuing this. Also, receiving volunteer support. A lot of people I knew already had volunteer commitments, or they weren't interested in the type of work that I was doing. So then they wanted to stray away from it, which was something that was really difficult at that point until I was able to get a better following and network with more people. And then again, with the discouragement, people were saying, you can't do this, the cause wasn't worthy enough, or there's already people going out and doing this, right? So then we go to solutions. I was consistently crowdfunding. I would go out to parents and grandparents and going to different schools, going to different neighborhoods. I would constantly advertise donation links, constantly do grants, reach out to other nonprofits, people who were like-minded, people who wanted to invest. And then the skillful execution by myself and my team. We sat there, we would plan out meetings. We had meetings every week, every Monday. We'd go through different plans, different objectives, different strategies to try and make this goal something that's achievable, right? And then also something was really permanent, like to me, was that we need to have reasonable goals and reasonable expectations. Because if I wanted to become the best, I needed to figure out the ways to become the best, right? But also I needed to keep it in perspective. I needed to see what I can do and what I can't do, right? What I know I can achieve and I can do well versus what I can envision to do, but I'm not there at the moment, when I can work toward it, but I wanted to keep myself in perspective. And then showcasing the potential effects of my work in the community. So a little bit about me, what I did with the project. We've done back to school backpack drives and distributions where I gave over 100 backpacks to low-income families. We've done homeless and hospitalized toy drives where we give toys every holiday season to students who are homeless or people who are in the hospital. We do backpack and clothing drives for homeless individuals, as well as feminine product drives for battered women. We are currently organizing a youth leadership summit where we're promoting youth leadership in our community, as well as we're working toward a larger mentoring project going statewide at this point. So that's a little bit about my organization, and that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you. Please do.
Please do.
You guys did really awesome, by the way.
Thank you so much. So what I suggest is this is the Q&A.
Yeah, this is the Q&A section. Also, I'm like I said, like all of this is going to be recorded. If you guys don't feel comfortable, like I said, being on mics, because also we're going to pass the mic around if you guys want to ask a question. So we can also like ask all of our presenters. You can ask us anything. No question's a dumb question. You can ask like where your shoes from, what's your favorite breakfast. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So does anyone have a question that they want to ask us? Okay, wait, give me one sec. Like run to you.
I have a question for you.
Wait, can you hold it?
Yeah, give me. I have a question for you about your original adoption and your foster care.
Okay.
Where were you from? Like, where did you come from originally before?
Originally, biologically, I'm Cuban and Uruguayan, but I'm from, like, I was born in Miami. But yeah, but I was raised Puerto Rican, and my dad's white. So lots of dirt biking, redneck stuff. But yeah, so I'm originally
really,
Cuban.
Caught by like your story, and I thought it was really
Oh,
intriguing.
thank you so much. That's really awesome. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Awesome.
What was like the original career like you planned but couldn't do?
I think I was always a businesswoman. I always wanted to do something in business. I was always really inspired. I was always a businesswoman. I would always do like little lemonade stands, or like I used to sell chocolate. I would do anything as like a side hustle. So I always saw myself in business. But I feel like the nonprofit was kind of just something that I wanted to do to also like pass the time, and is also something that I was passionate about. Because kind of like my end game is like also because I love to cook and I've always been interested in like the culinary arts. So I wanted to start a youth culinary academy in Miami, because it's kind of unheard of. Like no one's really heard of a culinary academy in Miami for like young kids. So I kind of wanted to do that. That's like my main thing right now.
Thank you. You're very powerful.
Thank you. Anybody else? Also, does anyone have questions for anybody else? So guys, we have 3 other people here. Wait, mommy. Also, this is my mom, by the way.
Yes. Well, congratulations to all of you. Fantastic. Very organized. You're so soft-spoken, so articulate. Oh my goodness. Confident. Wow. Fantastic role models. So congratulations to all of you. One question. Many of my students probably have seen your story, your journey, and probably they are inspired but intimidated. How do I start? How do I achieve something like that? So what do you recommend to someone who is today inspired by your story, inspired by your journey, by your achievements, but how do you start?
Do any of you guys want to say
Yes, so
anything?
all of you, please. Yes.
Do you want to start?
I'll start. So definitely going into it, I want to recommend that like you guys just stay motivated. Just see the end goal. Also consult with your peers. Have a team of like-minded individuals with you. Do a lot of research.
Super important.
Have a support system, and definitely just stay focused.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. I'm gonna be completely honest. I was not going to submit my Silver Knight application. I did not think I was gonna make it. I submitted it. I want to say at like 10:40 the night it was due. I did not think I was gonna make it. I did not think my project was gonna get accepted, but well, here I am. And one thing that I have to say that really kept me going was I knew what I wanted to do and I knew the difference that I wanted to make, and I was okay with making progress in any size. As long as I was making some form of progress that day, I was okay with it. I didn't have to start a 501c3 in a week. Just a little bit of progress. Oh, I found one donor here. Oh, I made flyers today. Oh, I found something that I wanted to do today towards my end goal. Just little steps. As long as you're making some kind of progress, then you're going in the right direction. You will get where you need to get eventually. Just stay consistent with what you're doing.
I super agree with that. I think something that I think I struggled with, it's kind of just also like individuality and also not caring about what everyone's doing. It doesn't matter. You are your own person, and if you have your goals and also if you want to go against the current, you're going to do stuff that other people aren't going to do, and it's going to make you feel weird at first. Like, it's going to make you feel weird. It's going to make you feel like you're not part of a group, and it's going to make you feel isolated at sometimes. And you guys have to get over it, because it's not the fact that you have to also put things into priority. Like, what is more? Like, oh, these friends that I'm probably not going to have for, like, the rest of my life, or these things that people have to say about me. You guys have to absolutely not care about what people think. Like, absolutely not. If I cared about what people think, I wouldn't do half the crap that I do today. Like, not even, like, a little bit. So you absolutely have to, like, not care what people think. That's like my number one.
Wow. After that, no, yeah, everything that they say, but also we're not so different from you. Like, don't feel. I feel intimidated by them, but they probably do by her, and like it isn't. We're not so different, and you can do the same. You can do exactly the same that we did. It's not. I also didn't think I was going to win. I didn't think I was a big deal. My website wasn't a big deal. After I won, I put value into it, obviously. But I swear, you just need to look for a void, something that's missing, because there's so many things that are missing. Like, I had so many projects ideas, and I promise you, like, think about it, and you're going to find something that's missing and feel it. And it isn't about winning or about doing all of this stuff. It's about you made a change. Like, you actually have a voice and you feel important and you leave something on society forever. Like, this is not, it's never going to go away. She left something on her school, she graduated, she did all of this, and it's going to stay there forever. So just look for something that's missing. You're going to find it and feel it out. And that's it.
That's really, really, really good. Also, no idea is like too small. Like, no idea is too small. Like, with me, like, I was like formally inspired by the FIU pantry here at this school. And the thing is, I realized that like it also can be a system. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can start with something that's broken, because there's so many broken systems. We live in America, for God's sakes. There's so many freaking broken systems that constantly need fixing. You don't have to create an entirely new system at hand. You need to start with something that you see like a problem, or something that just annoys you every day. Like, with me, I was just annoyed of people not doing anything. And if you get tired, like, I know everyone gets annoyed. There's nothing, like, just think about that one thing that really annoys you, that you're tired that no one fixes, and that can be your thing. And that's what's going to give you the passion to drive forward. It doesn't have to be something insane. You don't have to build the Eiffel Tower. You don't have to build Rome in a day. You just have to start with something small that irritates you in your life. And then that can be your passion. Is there any questions? Any more?
I have another question.
Another one. Mama, can I take hers first?
what some students are thinking.
Okay, you can go. Can I take her first, or do you want to go
Oh,
first?
please. Oh, no, go. Please, you're first. Yes.
How did you decide the categories that you guys applied for?
Do you guys want to answer?
Yeah, what? Can you repeat?
How did you decide the categories for your projects?
Okay, so I love, okay, so you have a bunch of categories. How many were they?
15.
15 categories. And you can, there's so many options. You pick, my teacher made me pick 3.
Yeah.
You pick 3 that you like. So I picked drama, general scholarship, and I picked mathematics since I was doing SIT. And you basically look for something that you feel that you fit into. So drama, I love acting. I absolutely love acting. I did theater, But for mathematics, I was like, oh, my project is related to it. And general scholarship, I feel like it's abroad, no?
Yeah.
Yeah? You did general scholarship, right? It's like really open to anything. And there's something that you're going to fit in. I promise you. There are 15. You are going to see something and you're going to be like, oh, I fit into this one. And yeah.
Do you guys want to add anything? There's so many of us. So we're just like.
So in my school, we don't pick what category we're a part of. We just submit the application, and our advisor actually picks for us. So I took 14 math classes throughout my high school career, all through you heard at the award ceremony, all throughout AP and dual enrollment. Like, I'm going into engineering, and I have all my math requirements completed all the way up to calculus 3 and differential equations. And then I would also tutor math like day in and day out. I was the vice president of my math honor society for 3 years. I would tutor like kids who were low income or like for free. So that was like a little bit like behind why I was math. So that's kind of like what made me like become math for Silver Knight, I guess.
I think I applied for English and literature and like journalism because of the book, and I don't remember what the last one was. I think it was like business or something. General scholarship didn't even cross my mind. It was assigned to me by my advisor. But one thing that did separate general scholarship, I believe, is that I had to submit a full transcript and my SAT scores and my AP scores, because they do consider like academics part of your portfolio. I don't think, did you have to do that for the others?
No.
Only you.
Okay. So, yeah, I had to submit my SAT score, my AP scores, and my transcript, which was a little scary because my SAT score terrified me for a while. But after a lot of crying over those ginormous books that nobody ever looks into, I got where I needed to be, so.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thing. It's like I got chosen because I wanted to do business first because I was in the business academy of my school and I felt like I ran the pantry like a business since I kind of had like employees as volunteers, so I thought that would be cool. But then I just like got stuck with speech because also like I actually really like speech because it was like I thought speech as advocacy. So the thing is I was constantly like representing these voices that were like unheard, so I thought that speech was a really cool category and I was super happy with mine. Any other questions, guys? My mommy!
Yes.
Thank you so much for your question.
Oh, thank you. I'm thinking like a student and like my student interns. And I see them and they are inspired by your stories and your journeys, but they're also concerned about their academics. So how do you balance your academics, because it's important for going to school, getting scholarships, and this amazing social service, community service that you do?
Do you guys want to start? Yeah. Oh, me start? Okay. I think that I honestly thought that the project was like a driving thing that motivated me more to go more for my academics. Because the thing is also with school, and especially like senior year, because I started my junior year, but there was always like little moments in school where I felt like there was like that monotony where it's like, oh my God, I have to wake up. I see the same people every day. I do the same classes. I do the same assignments. I was really tired of it. So kind of having this other motivating factor of this kind of like insider society that I created in my school motivated me to want to come to school more and motivated me to see like the group that I saw every day. So honestly, I feel like it's more motivating. It's like also like the thing where it's like if you see your friends after like a hard day, they motivate you to do better and like also motivate you to like do your work and it's like, okay, I feel better right now. So like honestly, I feel like once you take pride in yourself, and also like school isn't everything, because the thing is like school is great, and like of course grades are important, and do not quote me saying that school is not important and that not to care about your grades. Your grades are important, but it's the fact is that you have to have more than that. Life is not just grades. It's because the thing is, I feel like I've had so many friends where I differentiated, where my grades were good because I was still like A's, B's, AP classes. And the thing is, but like my friends that were getting straight A's, I was still more well-rounded than them because I had my community service. You can let your grades slip a tiny bit to have a more well-rounded life, like and live a happier life because you found your passion. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have to like balance things out in your life. School isn't like, and grades aren't everything, because if you put yourself in that box, you're gonna be so miserable. Like I can't even like fathom that even more. You have to create a life for yourself. Like, and creating something that's like a project of your own is gonna bring your passion into creating a life. So.
Yeah, she inspires me. I'm also terrified. Anyways, so me, I'm very school oriented. I was always like academics first ever since I was like a kid. Doing my project kind of like, it was kind of difficult because I had to balance work, my project, and school. So it was all about finding time for both yourself and like properly like using time management skills and like planning out everything. I feel like school is very important, as she said. However, you do have to make a life for yourself, and you do have to focus on the things that were important to you. And if your project's important to you, you'll make the time. So that's what I did. I found, I know I would do school from 7 to 2. I'd go to work, and then after that, I'd go start working on my project and do things like that. But still leaving time for myself as much as I possibly could. But when you find something that you love, you won't have a problem with actually doing it or putting the time in. I found a lot of joy in my project and giving back to my community. So it was, I feel like it was advantageous for both myself, other people, and it felt like a delight.
Managing my time was a huge thing for me because I couldn't do my project wasn't in school. My project, I had to go to an office in close to Dadeland Mall. So I had to balance school. I was taking, sophomore year I took 3 APs. Junior year I jumped into 5 APs, which was horrible. And then just finding the time, I really used my calendar app in my computer like crazy. People think I'm insane when they see it. Like everything is color coded. Like school is red, personal's orange.
Me too.
It's insane. But that is the way that I was able to keep track of everything and just make sure that everything that needed to be done. Oh, lists is another thing. My lists are insane, but they make sense to me, and that's the only way that I'm able to keep track of everything, because I have a million things flying around. I have commitments to my family, I have commitments to school, I have commitments to my organization. Keeping track of everything was really helpful, and just, you have to take time for yourself. Saturdays are my work days. Sunday mornings is for family and or me. So Saturday morning, my family will get up, we'll go to the beach super early, go for a couple hours, and go for breakfast, and just like decompress and relax. That is so important. You need to take time for yourself, and you need to find a way to get everything you need to get done in a very oh my god, I'm forgetting the word.
Context clues.
Efficient, like stable.
Strategic?
No, like
Consistent?
Yes, consistent, and just like a very like, you have to be able to manage it. If you're overloading yourself and you're driving yourself into a wall, you're never gonna get where you need to be. You need to be able to take care of yourself. That was something that I learned junior year, and that was rough, but super important.
That's it. Really quick. Okay, so like I said before, a test doesn't define you at all. Like universities, when you apply to them, don't only focus on your grades. They focus on what you have done, and it's 100% like more beautiful being like, hey, I did this and I changed my community, than hey, I have a. That's it. No, like, who are you as a person? What do you do? And mental health is so important. Like, it's the most important thing of all. It doesn't matter the project, the grades, no. Mental health is the first on the list. So you take deep breath, you do meditation, whatever calms you down, hanging out with your friends, whatever. But first yourself, and then whatever you're doing. And when you take care of yourself, everything else is going to go like well.
I super agree with that. That was really awesome. Anybody else? More questions? I'm so excited.
I'm asking quiz engineer.
Go, Josh.
So you said you're going to be an engineer, right?
Yes, sir.
How would you deal with all the physics and all the APs?
How'd I do with them?
Yeah, like how'd you handle them? Because this year all the scores were rough.
They were rough. I definitely, in terms of like taking like AP and like AP Maths and AP Science classes, I definitely just try to like prioritize, like allot some time to actually study for them, like go to like practice sessions, tutoring, go ask questions. Just honestly like putting in the work, putting in the effort. Like if you put the time in, the grades will come. So I think that's like the best way to look at it.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yay. Who's next?
Okay, first thing is that you all are very like inspiring and interesting people. So I have a couple questions. First question is specifically to Camila. Uh, you said that you like making desserts, so I was just wondering like, what's your favorite dessert to make?
I love this question. I work at a bakery, so I love, yes. And okay, so I love key lime pie, but I hate making it. It's so much work. And what I love doing is cookies. I do cookies all day. Chocolate chip cookies, I love it. I do it all day. It's like I bake to relax. My therapy is baking. I love baking. What's your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert?
Yeah.
Probably tiramisu.
Yes. Yes.
Like I love cookies. Yeah.
It's
Are
difficult
you
though.
team soft or hard cookies, like crunchy or
Soft.
soft?
Like,
Yeah, me too. I like soft.
yeah. Yeah.
My next questions are pretty general for everybody. What college you went to and like what majors and degrees you pursued?
Also, we're going into college.
Or like whatever college, whatever.
Yeah, we just graduated like a couple
Oh, like
months ago.
what are you planning on doing?
Yeah, of course.
No, you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is complicated. I was going to North Carolina. I wanted to leave Florida because I hate the heat. I cannot take it anymore. The weather, I cannot. But North Carolina is really expensive. So I'm studying in FIU, Chaplain of Hospitality and Management, because I want to become a wedding planner. And then I'm transferring to North Carolina, hopefully, to Appalachian State University. It's beautiful. You should all look it up. It's like in the mountains, in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, here. Yeah, of course.
Go, Josh.
Sorry, this is for you, by the way. Yeah, just throw that on to you. I'm going to the Florida State University, Go Noles, majoring in chemical engineering. Very proud. She's going to UM, so like.
I'm better. My
She's
school's better. My school's prettier.
Pay like Harvard tuition.
Your school's like 80 grand
I have a beach.
a semester.
I have a beach.
I have everything.
I have a beach.
I have 4K in tuition. That's it.
Okay, I'm going to UM. I'm majoring in health science on a pre-med track. And, yeah.
So I'm proudly going to FIU. Love FIU. Super happy with FIU. I'm probably planning on like transferring because I want to do my undergrad at FIU. Studying international business and minoring in hospitality. So I'll probably seek out me because also we're definitely gonna like hang out after this. So, but yeah. So I'm probably gonna planning on doing like going to an Ivy or something after for grad school. But yeah. Any other questions? Wait, do you have another one?
No,
Oh, you're good.
Thank you.
Who's next? I'm gonna grab this one first. Guys, I'm walking around in like heels. This is crazy. Go ahead.
Okay, my question is, what did the Silver Knight application consist of?
Anyone want to go first?
I'll go first.
There's so guys, we can vent about this.
It was so let me tell you, I had to apply first at my school. So I had to submit like documentation, like community service hours, my project, like test scores, pretty much stuff like that. Then going in after getting selected as a nominee at my school, we had to do, I think, was it like 9 essays?
9?
Did you do like 9?
I did like 12.
Really? Oh. Well, your general scholarship, you don't count. But I
didn't do that many.
really? I did like 9 on like, there was like 9 questions.
My
That's
application.
questions, not essays.
Oh my God, mine were like 500 words.
No, those are like paragraphs.
Mine were like 4 paragraphs each question.
No, wait, Josh.
Anyways, it was four. It was like 9 questions. I did them like long essay questions just to be more like descriptive. I talked about like awards, test scores, like what makes me qualify for the category, like like impact my project has, like long term sustainability, stuff like that. Very traumatizing. Very well worth it.
My application was 23 pages. It was terrible. I cried a lot writing that. I have never written so much. My capstone paper was like 9 or 10 pages. My Silver Knight application was 23 pages. I wrote so much, but I mean, it worked. So.
Yeah.
I don't think I wrote as much as them because I'm just figuring out that they wrote this much. I know that mine was like a lot of pages, but like I did not write an essay for each section. I just feel like I just wrote a really like chunky paragraph for each section, and that's all I really did. I didn't really like it's really long and the whole process is super makes you want to rip your eyes out, but it's so good. It's really great after. It's like after like a good like workout, and then you're like, okay, it sucks like while it happened, but then like you get it.
You're making them not want to be a silver knight.
No, it's really greatest experience of my life. Please, 1,000% do it, like 1,000%. But it's worth it.
Okay, so it wasn't as far. I swear, I'm not lying. It takes time, but you have a project ready. So you're just writing what you know. It's not like a crazy question. No, they're asking, like, what did you do? And you just answer, like, hey, I did this. And then you submit little photos, documentation.
Yeah, or evidence pages.
Like collages. It was so cute. And you submit like documentation of anything you want, of a project, for example, for drama, I submitted proof that I actually like drama, of me acting, I did collages, I found pictures of when I was little, I was so happy. And then like it wasn't as bad. It was like writing about what you know. Like it isn't an essay. They're asking you because they don't know what you did.
Anybody else? More questions?
Thank you. It's mainly for you. I'm sorry, Josh, but I want to go to UM, and I have a question about your general scholarship and how it applies to UM, knowing that it's a private institution. Like, does your scholarship apply much to UM? Like, how
Okay.
much money are you paying?
So for Silver Knight, we won $2,000.
Yeah, like
It's not a big amount of money. It's more of like a recognition and like, oh my gosh, yes, you did something that makes a difference. Not so much money. I got the presidential scholarship from UM for my academics, so that's $100,000. It breaks down to $25,000 a year. That is the only reason I'm able to go to UM, because that is a lot of money. Basically, when I got my nomination for Silver Knight, I was in very close contact with, I don't know if you're familiar with her, Liz Whitby.
Yeah.
Okay, every college fair in the area, I was at the Coral Reef one, I was at the Terra one. Any chance that I had to get in her face, I was there in front of her. Hi, remember me? I'm the girl that wrote a book. I'm from Terra. I want to go to your school. Like, get in her face. I emailed her as soon as I got my nomination. That was the first person I reached out to. Hi, Miss Whitby. I just got nominated for a general scholarship at Terra. I would like that added to my UM application. And I don't know if that was the thing that pushed me over or if that qualified me for my scholarship or what, but I just needed her to know that I got the nomination. And so, but the UM application really wasn't that bad. I think it was 2 essays. It was your Common App and then a supplemental, so it wasn't bad at all. But I let her know immediately. I emailed her. You can reach out to them at any time. They're super helpful and they respond really quick for college admissions.
And universities love it. Like, knowing you're a Silver Knight, they love it.
Yes.
They go crazy for it. Like, if you put in your application Silver Knight nominee, not even winner, Silver Knight nominee, they love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
This is just like in general, because the thing is, I know that like everyone's like looking at the price tag of the money. You make insane connections. Like there's people that are coming from multi-million-dollar nonprofits that know your name. And they will look at your list. You have jobs at like American Airlines. You have jobs at the Children's Trust. You have a major opening of stuff to the point. So even if like the money that was given to you, which is like the $2,000 that's given to you, you get millions of dollars worth in connections. if you just decide, like Kajol said, get in their faces. I'm kidding. I'm like, if you get in people's faces and like keep coming, like even if you're like this little like fly that's annoying, like they'll know you for being annoying, and if they find that you have merit to you annoying the living crap out of them, like it's like they'll hire you, and then it will open all of these doors. Like Silver Knight is phenomenal. Jeff Bezos did it. Like it's like a bunch of really awesome people that did it. Even if you don't want, even if you guys are like focusing on the money, it's not about the money. It's not, because you'll like 10x it in like the future. So, any other questions, guys? Questions?
Sorry.
As you see, like my happy dance every time you guys ask a question, I'm like, yay!
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah. So like how you were saying how when you were explaining how you kind of came up with what you wanted to do, how it's like a little like annoyance or whatever that you find. My thing is that we can easily, I feel like, come up with what's missing and like the problem, but it's kind of trying to form the solution that I feel like I'm kind of like struggling when trying to come up with something to do. So like, how did you guys all try and find your solution to the problem that you found?
Okay, let me think. Does someone want to go?
I'm so serious. Send me an email.
No, literally, we're gonna give out like business cards and like
Yeah.
literally, please.
You make sure you
Like,
take my information.
Oh well.
like we're gonna give out business cards. We're gonna like grab your phones. Like everyone's gonna like, even if you guys don't want to contact us or like, oh, this like presentation was so boring, they all suck, it's great. And like we want you guys to take our information. Like we don't care if like, I don't care if you guys text me at 3 a.m. I'll answer you in the morning. Like just text me.
Text, email, whatever. I might take a day or two, but I will respond to you.
Also, all of us, I think I can speak for all of us. We're all like on our phones all the time. Like we're all either computer, phone, whatever. I think the way that like answering your question, I think it's just a common I feel like a lot of the stuff when you're solving a problem, it's a really easy solution, because the thing is you're just trying to find a way that like is also like attainable for you. Like the way that I did it, like I knew that there were foster kids in my school. I knew that they didn't have school supplies. I'm not going and like trying to like, there was a lot of stuff that I could have done, but I feel like it's also taking yourself into perspective, something that you enjoy doing, first of all, and then also just thinking about what would make the biggest impact with what you can do. Like with me, I didn't like start with a ton of money. I didn't have a check that was written to me. That I didn't have. Of course, I had my supportive parents, but I didn't have like thousands of dollars to start. I didn't have daddy's money. I didn't have all of this stuff. I had I had my hard work, and then you figure it out. So I feel like if you're passionate about something, just make sure that it ties into something that you want to personally do, like in your heart, and then it'll create itself. It's like if you see the final thing, the stairs will like, you just have to go up the stairs.
You look, like she said, for like, I looked for a personal problem. So like the SAT, and I saw people around me, SAT. So everything was like personal to me in some way. And I had like project ideas and everything was personal. So look for something that you struggle with or see people struggling with around you, and you will find a solution. Because since it's a personal problem, you know the solution will work. The thing about me is that since I was also taking the SAT, I knew what we were looking for. You know what I mean? So it's more, if someone that's like 40 years old makes the website, it's not going to be the same, because I'm struggling with the problem. So I'm like eye level with the problem. I know what we need, you know?
Yeah.
That was really good. Something that I realized was that people aren't going to advertise, oh, my family's affected by cancer in school. So something that I ended up doing was I reached outside of my school into my community, and I went to the American Cancer Society. And there is where I started doing my work. And that's when I realized, oh, I didn't have to stick to my school. I can reach out. And then my project ended up spreading between Miami-Dade and Broward. So it ended up being for the best.
Mine was really more of a problem that a lot of my mentors and teachers would like advertise, saying like the disproportionate amount of minority students in advanced academics, and then like nobody was offering like real solutions. We were just talking about the issue. So after doing research for my seminar presentation, I was like, I feel like I could really help out my like community, even though I'm not affected directly by a lot of these issues that they have. I feel like as someone who's like is on the other side of it, I feel like I could have just helped them out. So that's like my impetus, my like reasoning behind it.
You know what inspires? Looking for the Silver Knights of last year, of past years. Like
the winners and then all the honorable mentions.
Yeah, you look up Silver Knight 2024, 2023, whatever, and you find you're going to get inspired and find problems on their problems and solutions. You know what I mean? Like if you look through their problems or the category, for example, you look for the past Silver Knights and you're going to be related to one of them.
Any other questions, guys? Oh, you already got it.
Just like out of curiosity, what was like everyone's like stats when applying to college? Like SAT, ACT, APs, all of that.
Oh, guys, they're gonna like put our rap sheets out here. I can start. I think I didn't do ACT. I took probably like 3 APs, and then I did dual enrollment classes too. I literally forgot what I got. I think I got like a 1220 on my SAT, so that qualifies for like barely 75% bright futures, and like I'm okay. Like it's okay.
Jesus Christ. Not just Okay, so I did Cambridge. I didn't do AP. Cambridge is amazing. You should look into it. I don't know if you're in it. It gives you 100% bright futures. If you complete like 7 tests, they're easy. And my SAT was horrible. That's why I did the website. At first, I got a 1030. Second time, I swear to God, I was like, no, I will mix it. I do a super score, 1030. Third time, I swear to 1030. I was like, there's no way. The fourth time, I obviously did the website, like was related to problems. I got like a 12 something. And it was still low, but I was like, I'm not doing any more SATs because I had the Cambridge support and the extracurriculars that are not, todo eso. So, yeah.
Okay, so my SAT is a 1450.
Okay, girl.
No, listen. It was a lot of work. I started studying for that. I'm not even kidding, like freshman year, because I wanted the score, so it was traumatizing. My GPA is 4.8, I think, weighted, and then my unweighted is 3.9, and then I took 14 APs. I did not pass all of them. I think I passed most of them. I think I only failed 3 of them, but math was one of them. So like, I'm terrible at math. But yeah.
My SAT score was a 1240. It's not like too bad, but like not too good also. Weighted GPA upon graduation was a 5.033 with a 3.7 unweighted. Graduated from Miami-Dade College with my associates my junior year. So that's something else that propelled me.
Any other questions, guys? Was that it?
Nothing else?
Yeah. We're gonna put the contact page. Are you sure? Anyone? This is like final call, last questions. Last question?
What was the website called again? Your website. When you scan it, you get it. When you scan my information. Successful.
And please feel free to reach out. You can email or text at any time. I promise we will respond.
Yeah, like these are all QR codes. Also, I know that do you guys have business cards? Okay, so we all have business cards too. If you guys aren't messing with the QR code, also there's like a QR code on my business card. Casual has hers. It's a dot, so she'll like come up around with your phone. Gummy, do you have your business cards? Or is it? No, girl, that's totally fine. Okay. But yeah, if you guys really want to contact Gummy, please scan the QR code because.
And if not, you can ask them.
No, if not, yeah, we have her number. Like you can always if you guys get our business cards. Let me grab my. My purse. This one's like dying.
Were you in the frame? I was so scared when you were presenting.
Oh no, girl, it's super wide.
Oh,
like that's why I put it all the way back there because you can see all the people, all the room.
Okay.
So I was over here. No, I'm good. No, girl, we're good. I think we're done. Okay. I'm gonna let this chill.